Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Rain Day Gaming. My name is Rain Day, and today I'll be walking you through how to play Cupid, the god of love. That's right, Cupid is one of the most amazing and I think well-known gods in all of SMITE's history, and he's done really well for himself in the game as well. He's actually been pretty much a top contender in almost all scenarios in the game, and now is even seeing some SPL play as we go ahead and get this actual red buff and I try to pick it up. Now I'm getting actually taken out here. It looks like the Ravon gets a root on me and I have to go down. It's Grub grabbing first blood, and it's a little frustrating there, though we do get the red buff, so we get the XP, and of course we deny them the ability to pick that up for having some extra clear. I do go down. It's a little frustrating, but my other two teammates are alive. But hold that thought. Actually, Crit takes a spill back to the grave. He's going down. Ao Kwong trying to stay alive, but the oh no, Brat North the Hell actually uses a really good number 3 ability and takes him down with the area damage from that in her dark stance. So no dice for any of my teammates here. 0-3 start in less than a minute. This team's feeling pretty good about themselves. But of course we're here to talk about Cupid, how to improve your Cupid gameplay and make sure that you know what you're doing next time on the battlefield. Now Cupid is, like I said, just to start off about Cupid, we'll talk about his abilities, we'll talk about how I like to build him, we'll talk about all of these things, but you'll also see them in action. So one of the beauties about this actual guide is that we will talk about the specifics, but you will also see the overall arching perspectives and styles of play that I bring to my Cupid play. So it'll help you not only from a visual perspective if you learn better that way, but from an auditory perspective. In terms of Cupid, just a general history, he's a very good god that's always been doing well. So he's never been a god that's achieved a lot of SBL hype lately in the last year because of the fact that he hasn't been played much. But the reason he's not played is not necessarily because he's bad. He's been pretty good. He always does well. He's got a very good internal record at SMITE of performing highly. So, or at least average or above average as all the other hunters. So there's no like performance differences. It's really people favoring him. And he's got a very simplistic kit and actually a very aggressive kit, which can be good. And can it be good also if you use it for safety? But if you use it for safety, you're not maximizing what Cupid is intended to do. And that's that dash. That's right, that dash allowing you to get out. But it also allows you to increase your attack speed and movement speed for 6 seconds. And that's a big deal. And so we're going to talk about that, how you might want to use that basically aggressively, and also kind of like Hippo's Carpet if you find the opportunity. Jingwei getting a ton of damage from me. She's got no mana. The Fields of Love pops out, and so does the Heart Bomb. That's a done, Jingwei. Back to base, see you later. And now it's time for Hell and Ravon to get a taste of their own medicine, trying to get us. Well, now we've got the Heart Bomb onto you. I've got one more tick. She heals herself up, though, and that's going to save the explosion damage on the second tick. Now, if you've noticed this, you're seeing that Cupid has this heal mechanic with his number 2. He's got a dash with his number 3, and he's got a number 1, which is called Heart Bomb. Now, his Heart Bomb, as you can see, is one of the most important things in his kit because it hits twice as we go ahead and get the kill onto Hell from Janice, my friend Crit in Raynstorm. So Heart Bomb, what does that do? It's 170 damage base, 90% of your physical power. Now, if you look at that, you have to note that is a ton of physical power. Now, Cupid is typically an ability-powered type hunter, but hunters are typically not ability-powered type characters. Hunters are typically consistent basic attack damage characters that you want to maximize that damage they can bring to a game and to a late game engagement that's outside of just the burst of their abilities. There are some hunters who still do well with their abilities like Neath, and Cupid is potentially one of those, but he tends to fall in this middle ground. I see the aggression going there, so instead I turn and say, let's get this red buff. Why not? Why go and fight? We can guarantee the red buff there. And actually, it's Grub, the Ravon from earlier, who got a couple of the kills, just goes too hard, but I dive into the Jingwei and I get another kill. The Heart Bomb would have secured it anyways, but the basic attack does it just as much. No need for that Heart Bomb to do the work. I'll be able to go ahead and shoot that bow of mine and take care of it for you, baby. Now, obviously, like I said, Heart Bomb hits twice, so the initial point of damage will be 170 at max rank, but again, it will hit one more time at the end of that. So you're looking at something giving 394 damage plus 208.8% of your physical power at full stacks of your passive. Now, why is it that weird percentage? Well, it's because your passive is going to give you some extra damage. If you hit a basic attack with Cupid, see those hearts that are fluttering? It's going to adjust what happens to your other abilities when you use them. So that means that if you have 8 stacks, you're going to basically be able to gain not only the double damage from your heart bomb, which will happen regardless, but you're going to gain a stun at the end of that for 1 second. So a lot of people, and the thing is, you can't tell if you are getting stunned or not if you are getting the heart bomb onto you. So you have to assume the stun is happening, and you have to kind of be very defensive. That's why if you're able to land heart bomb, you can be very aggressive with people and dash into them. Again, increasing your attack speed by 30% as you do so. And of course, having that trail behind you where you can move a lot faster. I go in and dash onto the Jingwei, and now again, the stun allowing me to secure the kill. And this is exactly what I was talking about, aggressively dashing, increasing the ability for me to go ahead and hit an easier heart bomb. The hell gets stunned out because actually mesmerized out with my ultimate. The heart bomb is ticking. It's not enough. Grub hits me with the root. A very aggressive animation, realizing that I haven't had a Ravon root me for a while, but it feels like something really bad is happening to you. It kind of makes me want to panic. Ravon's a very visceral character. It's very interesting the way animations could actually affect the way you feel, whether it feels more damaging and thus adjust your, play style, because his stuff feels really damaging, even though I've only got 1,000 health, so he hasn't been doing too much to me. So, Lovestruck is passive. It's going to make a big difference. And if you can get your stacks up before you hit your heart bomb, you're going to apply a significant amount of pressure to the enemy team. So, number one thing as a Cupid, try to get your stacks up before engaging, because it will help you be that much more effective. Now, realize that even your number 2 will consume your stacks. It does 2% more damage if you have a full stack ability. So, your heart bomb is going to be doing more damage, right? By a total of, let's see, 8 stacks. It's going to be doing a total of 16% more damage. But it also will mean that if you're using it for healing, your healing will get a little bit more from it as well. And what that will do is create a little bit of an issue. So if you build up your stacks, right, here's one of the common problems that I'll see Cupid players do. They'll build up their stacks, and then what they'll do is they'll go ahead and say, okay, all right, built up my stacks, awesome. But then it goes into, let me heal real quick before I get into this fight. Now, when they heal, their 2 actually consumes the stacks, and they don't have the stun available for their number 1. So that is the biggest issue. Be aware of that. If you're going to use your 2 right before you fight just to get a little extra health, no, you're going to have to build up your stacks again. A lot of Cupid players don't know this, so I want to make sure you guys understand that. Now, again, you'll have a little bit of extra health, so if you do need some more health, you can basically go ahead and heal a little bit more extra. Again, it's 110 plus 25% of your physical power per each heart. But if you have full passive stacks, you're going to heal for 127.6. So you're going to have basically 17 more base, and then 29% of your physical power, which is going to be 4% more than your physical power accounted for in the no stack. So you will get a bigger heal, but again, it's usually not worth it. So if you want to heal before you start stacking up, and then go ahead, stack up, and use your heart bomb. Again, as you see, Ravon there didn't know that the stun was going to be there, so he ran away from his teammates because it does take effect in an area. I'm getting aggressed on here by the Jingwei, so I have to force myself back as the game continues. We're 5-4 after a very shaky start, but it's looking all good for the boys in Rain. That's right, Raynstorm. I've got 3 of my Raynstorm members, including myself, here in this game, so it's really exciting to be able to play with these guys. Shout outs to all of them and all their performances. It looks really like they're doing a good job so far. So I want to go ahead and then maximize the ability for me to gain experience. By the way, if you're hearing something outside, it's probably a parrot. We actually have parrots. I'm in California. I have no idea. My mom told me we have parrots. I have no idea how that's possible, but it makes sense because when I wake up in the morning, it feels like someone is dying because of the screeches. As I get a kill onto the hill, I just had to talk about my parrots for a while because it's like I have no idea where they are, but I feel like it's World War II for birds outside, and I think it's just parrots fighting each other or fighting other birds or something. I don't know. Parrotablism, cannibalism, but parrot vibe seems to be happening. I'm worried for the lives of these parents. Anyways, back to the video. The number 3 is called Flutter. So pretty much what it is a dash. But like I said, very much like Hebo's water carpet, it's going to be a carpet for you and your allies to move on at about 30% faster. And it's also going to give you 30% attack speed fully upgraded. I'll often upgrade this 3rd or 2nd. Depends on what I prioritize. In Joust, where I prioritize a little bit more sustain because we're constantly team fighting, constantly trying to take advantage of the either 3v2 or the 2v1, I'll use my hearts and upgrade that second because I like the heal and the extra healing. But for other game modes, I might use my 3 because I can be a little bit more focused on getting a kill in the one moment, because that extra 30% attack speed is a big game changer if you use it. Again, aggressively dashing as a Cupid is a very smart move to do, because it will allow you to then put somebody on the back foot, and then it's easier for you to hit your heart bomb. Your heart bomb, you'll want to hit at long range, but if you dash into someone, heart bomb them, you put the pressure on. It's like somebody gets into the WWE ring and you know that this dude's about to bring it. It's like the pressure is on. This guy just came in, he's been getting beat up fakely by all these other guys, and now, oh, the big dude comes over, right? He taps the other guy out, and it's like, oh, it's game time. That's what it feels like when you go and dash onto someone as a Cupid with full stacks and hit him with a heart bomb. As I missed my heart bomb there, Jingwei moving in, and now I'm trying to predict her. I also noticed the Ravon's here, so I'm trying to get a couple pokes onto him. Jingwei goes up into the air with an airstrike, trying to find it back. 1 attack, 2 attack, 3 attack, no more Jingwei. I'm trying to get the heart bomb. I do miss it. The Ravon's there. I've got my Fields of Love. I don't want to use it. I see the Janus ultimate gets missed, and it's curses from our squad. Unfortunate to not have secured that kill, but it looks like Ravon decides to stay and try and defend this tower. Not a good plan. Of course, if you have a situation like this, immediately ult your character, because they will not be forced to move, and Fields of Love doesn't do damage until the very end. So what you will do is you'll set somebody up for a heart bomb, you'll set somebody up for a basic attack, and you'll set somebody up for the damage of your ultimate, which is 540 plus 100% physical power. That's an insane amount of damage. This Hunter has a lot of ability power, so you can wonder why a lot of people build him that way. Again, Cupid, obviously a hunter using consistent damage, but ability power can work for him. You could build Transcendence, you could build Jotun's Wrath, you can build Titan's Bane on him, and feel very, very good about it, because he is going to hit so hard with his ability. So do not feel that that is a bad path. I honestly like to play Cupid the way I like to play him, and it's depending on the game, the situation, what I need, what's involved in my team. Do we have ability damage? Are we playing a little bit squishier? Are we ahead? Are these fights lasting for a while, or am I just getting quick burst off? What's the difference? What am I doing? That's what I like to look at, because that will adjust how I like to build my Cupid, and it should adjust how you like to build your Cupid. Heart Bomb, I get, again, because it hits twice, it's very good at securing kills if you can land it on a good target, but you have to definitely aggressively dash usually to put yourself in a great position to land it and hit another auto to force the kill from the second tick of the Heart Bomb. So what you'll see me do is often hit a Heart Bomb and then auto, and then basically at that point the heart bomb ticks again and should be in kill range, especially if you start at about 50% health for a squishy character. You basically hit your heart bomb, auto, and the second point of that heart bomb should be a kill. I use my ultimate there to make sure they don't go that way, and I basically am so close to getting the kill on both of them. Jingwei's looking like she wants the back. I could dive under the tower, but I would take some tower damage, and if I got rooted by the Ravon, I could easily die. So why give them a kill? There's no reason. That's why. No reason. I actually turn around, miss my heart bomb with the Ravon, and now I'm taking tower damage. I'm basically tanking it for my team as they go ahead and try to get the kill, but they don't get it. Ravon's still here. Jingwei is here. I'm trying to get the damage, but she throws her knockup way too far away, and I'm easily able to avoid it. Ravon is here, but I'm ready to battle him. I've got some lifesteal. I've got Aussie, and me and Crit are here, and it's 2v1. That wasn't a battle he's going to win. And now the Jingwei, because of my golden bow proc, is taking some damage. I'm dashing over, trying to get the kill onto her. It looks like she's going up into the air, trying to dash away, but the dash doesn't come fast enough. You can still get killed and hit in that knockup form. You're not CC immune. Hell over here on the backside, a nice, I believe it's called Disperse from Hell. It gets the damage off. I miss all my basics, so don't look at this. And then we go ahead and get the kill, and that's a deicide. Now let's talk about Fields of Love. So what Fields of Love does is you fire these arrows on the ground. Okay, you slow enemies and you cripple them, which means they cannot use a movement ability. This is very important to understand. You may be thinking, oh, I want to cripple them, but they might be able to get away. The only way they can get away is if they beads and then use a movement ability. They cannot use a jump, a dash, a teleport, anything. If they do not beads, your ult will trap them there. So it is a huge cripple. I believe the biggest cripple in all of Smite. Now, the arrows on the ground basically grow, and then they'll deal damage and mesmerize enemies. Any damage done breaks the mesmerize effect, which is like Apollo's number 2. What Apollo's number 2 will do is it will mesmerize, but just like Kumakarna's number 3, it will mesmerize your targets, but if you hit them again, the mesmerize will be broken. So it is not a stun. A stun, you could stun somebody and basically have them stunned and shoot as much damage on them until their stun wears off, like in a mere freeze. A mesmerize is different. And I smell something sneaky. Jingwei about to get the Fire Giant, 29 health, and I steal it. Fire Giant is ours. Team Rain going ahead and raining down the damage. Ravon is here, and they're so disoriented, they don't know what to do. I pop my ultimate, get 2 hits at 250, and that's a dead Bratnor. The hell going back to hell. I've got 1 more hit to kill the Techno Sing Jingwei, and she's Techno down, 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 back to base she goes. Ravon trying to come over here, but he dances away like a silly little girl. I'm getting scared because I think the Firebird Phoenix is going to attack me, but it's not because we got Titan Fire Giant buff, which we just stole. I mean, the Phoenix will not be attacking us. So again, all good in the Cupid hood. Yeah, that's right. This was a great play. I sniffed out something was wrong. No Jingwei, Ravon like in the middle of lane doing nothing, and it's just like, wait a second, like where are the rest of them? Jingwei almost got the Fire Giant. That would have been a really good play by them. It was a good call. They went for it. They were down. They almost got it, but we sniffed it out. That's why you also want to have wards there. We haven't picked up any wards this game. That's partly my fault. It's not just the support's job to pick up wards. I'll pick up wards very often in my game. So start doing that and putting them on the big things like Fire Giant, Gold Fury, damage buff, all those things, and you'll be able to get some vision. If I had known she was doing that, it wouldn't have been a lucky sniff. I would have been able to basically bring my whole group and attack her and stop her, because a second later we would have lost. That would have been a big turnaround in the fight. So, like I said, basically, Cupid's ult, Fields of Love, does damage to Mesmerize. Now, if you have full stacks, what happens? It becomes a stun. That's correct. So if you have full stacks, Fields of Love will apply a 1-second stun and not a mesmerize, which means they have to sit there and take all that damage. So that is the benefit of having full stacks when you use your ult. I dive in trying to aggressively get the hell, and I do get her. That is the aggressive play from Cupid I'm talking about. I want to throw my ultimate. Jingwei steps in just at the wrong time. She's going to get stunned out, but it doesn't matter. She gets slowed by 35%, remember, and so it allows me to catch up to her and get the damage, and now it's just about killing the Titan. We're very close to doing that. And that is almost all she wrote. It looks like we're going to be able to back off, get some damage, and that's going down real fast. Ravon going to get taken down, it seems, before he has a chance to say anything about us being there in his home base, and we get the win. Thanks for watching this. This is a good one, and of course, let's talk about the builds. Let's talk about how I built Cupid, how you can build Cupid, and what I did in this game, and to finish this off so you guys are ready to go out in your next games with Cupid, understand how he plays, understand how he works, and use some of these aggressive dashes, the timings of your ultimate, and using your stacks of love to do the correct thing. Again, we talked about getting the stun on your heart bomb. We talked about getting the stun on your Fields of Love, which can be very important for securing damage on targets that will be mesmerized otherwise and broken if you damage them afterwards. So especially for targets that you want to basically follow up with a few hits, you're going to definitely need to get that stun at the end of it. And so it's pretty much just being aware of your stacks. How many stacks do you have? And when you want to use it. So that's a very, very key component of Cupid. Again, he's a very good god, does well, and I think you'll have a lot of fun with him if you haven't played him, or if you do play him and want to get better with him, hopefully this will help. Now, this is a build that's more towards basic attacks. This is Golden Bow start, which I really still like because of the clear. I find Cupid has good clear, but again, you have to waste what I feel is his best poke onto targets, which is the heart bomb, forces them, applies a lot of pressure. I would rather use that onto enemies rather than poking the lane and getting that. We've also got shoes, Warrior Tabi, I like Ichaival, and Asi. Those two items getting a little bit of penetration and a little bit of power, a little bit of attack speed, and a little bit of basically attack speed, power, yeah, pen and lifesteal. Those two items combining to do that. And also chin size following up, a very good item. It's something that I'd like to pick up on almost all of my hunters. Going to give you the extra health percentage damage of the max health of your target. It's going to give you 4% of the max health of your target. And then of course Titan's Bane, finishing off, giving all of your abilities and your attacks, all of your physical attacks, basically 33% penetration. So you're just getting a lot of bang for your buck there. You're not reducing penetration by a flat number. So if somebody has 20 protections, you're going to get basic, or 30 protections, you're basically going to make sure that they have 20 protections in terms of dealing with your abilities and your basic attacks, instead of reducing it by a flat 15, which could mean that instead of, if they have 30 protections, they would essentially have 15 protections. But Titan's Bane, again, however, adds that for everything. I believe that works for your abilities as well. So it's going to be a little bit more bang for your buck, especially as a Cupid player, just throwing a little bit of that at the end. Why no crit? Because I like to actually bring the penetration in with Cupid because because of his abilities, because it helps for those to hit harder. It helps for all of, because he's more of an ability-oriented hunter, I like going that path with him. There are other ways you can go with crit, but again, with Cupid, you're going to be looking at critting maybe around 330 maybe 400 at your highest crits typically in a game with a build similar to this. So it's not necessarily the highest crits, you know, where Xbalanque can crit for like 800, 900, maybe 1,000 or something like that. Cupid is not even near there. So you may want to look at building him ability powered with a little bit of a mix here. So some penetration, some attack speed, some lifesteal, some pen, some power, and obviously a little bit of movement speed with the golden bow, kind of to mix it all up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this and learned a little bit more about Cupid. I'll be following up with some how to plays on other gods later, either this week or next week, so you guys can request the ones you want to see down in the comment section below. Always remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this here at RAYNz Gaming. And as always, guys, remember to never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you guys next time.